Welcome to another Verve Capture developer training video. This video is the first in the data extraction series, and it is a long one, so you might want to grab a drink before we start. If you have watched the application development and the data extraction video series, you will know how to use the field generator tool to help build a Verve application and how to use no-code data validation. In this video, we will build upon that knowledge. We will use the field generator tool to import a complete pre-configured data entry interface. Then we will add a no-code data extraction story to a field. And finally, we will test our extraction directly within the Verve Design module. To demonstrate the power of the Verve no-code data extractions, we will use the famous CMS 1500 medical claim form, which happens to be one of the pre-developed interfaces that comes with Verve Capture. Using Verve Design, create a new application called MedClaims, and use the field generator to import the included CMS 1500 form. After the CMS interface is created by field generator, delete the default interface that was created when you created the application. Now, let's delete some extraneous fields that we will not need for this demo. After we left-click and rubber band select groups of fields, simply hit the delete key to delete those fields. Then, move the remaining fields so that they are close together. To test our extraction story, we need an image from which we will generate OCR data. So load the content viewer with one of the included sample CMS 1500 images. After the image is loaded, resize the content viewer window and set the zoom setting to 150%. And with that, we are done building a fully zoned keyframe image CMS medical claim application in a matter of minutes. Before we build our extraction story, let's look at some OCR data. Open the Field Properties window for the patient last name field and click on the Extract tab. This tab allows us to see the field's OCR data when we click the Refresh OCR Results button. You will notice that each word in the OCR results will have a zone created for it by the Refresh OCR Results button and added to the field. Don't worry, these are automatically thrown away when the application is saved. You can also see the zones on the Field Properties window on the Zones tab. OCR zones are a useful tool to help you understand how OCR works in Verve. Now that we can see what we have to work with, we can add a no-code data extraction story. Extraction stories are created on the Extraction Validations tab of the Field Properties window. Navigate to that tab and create a story. In addition to all the existing validations, transformations, and other functions, there are extraction functions that are specifically for OCR data. Take a look now at all the functions within that menu. There are many approaches to extracting the data that you want from raw OCR results. I personally like removing obvious unwanted data first, and then trying to match on a pattern. This approach lowers the chances of a false positive match. A false positive is a match where the extraction pattern matches on non-valid data. Taking this approach with this example, I would want to exclude the data before the middle initial label and after the patient's address label. After excluding that data, I would then try to extract the last name from the words that are left. To remove the data before the middle initial label, add a Remove Before Pattern extraction to the extraction story. This extraction is not very intuitive, is it? To know how to configure this extraction, right-click on the extraction to show the help that is specific to this removal function. According to the help window, the three types of patterns that can be entered into the pattern parameter are literals, Microsoft regular expressions, and Verve easy expressions. For this step, we will use a literal because the text that we are trying to remove is a label that is part of the form and will not change. I can see in the help window example that literals need to be surrounded with double quotes. So we are going to enter the word initial with a right paren into the pattern field surrounded by double quotes. After you press the Refresh OCR Results button, you will notice that several OCR words have been removed, but the word initial has not been removed. To remove this word, change the Keep Pattern slider to Remove Pattern and refresh the OCR results again to see the word initial removed. Now we need to remove the unneeded words after the name. To do this, add another extraction. This time use Remove After Pattern and use the parameter 5 period space PAT in double quotes. After changing the Keep Pattern slider, refresh again to see that the results are very clean. All that we have to do now is extract the last name, or get rid of the first name and middle initial. Add a Remove After Pattern extraction and configure the pattern with comma, space, in double quotes. This will remove the first name and middle initial. Change the slider to Remove Pattern, then refresh the OCR results to see that only the last name remains. You have now finished configuring the last name field for OCR extraction, while being able to see the effects of the extraction functions on the OCR data. With tools like this within Verve Capture, configuring automated data extraction is super easy, barely an inconvenience. Because this is so easy and fun, we are going to configure the OCR extraction story for the patient first name field as well. To do this, open the field properties for the first name field and configure an extraction story to be the same as the last name field's first two extractions. This is easy because you can have both properties windows open at the same time. Next, add a third extraction that is the same as the last name field, but make it a Remove Before pattern instead of a Remove After pattern. This will give us the first name and middle initial data. To extract the first name, we could either take the approach of extracting the first name or removing the middle initial. Either approach may work, but would have to be configured appropriately. For this video, we are going to use the extract pattern extraction function and configure the pattern with a hybrid easy expression mixed with a standard Microsoft regular expression. Taking a look again at the help window, I see that easy expressions are specifically for matching a constant number of characters of known type. For this field, we know the type, but we do not know the number of characters. So I will use easy expressions to specify the type and Microsoft regular expressions to specify the quantity. To match on alphabetic characters using Verve easy expressions, I will simply type a lowercase a. To match on the first name that has at least 2 characters using Microsoft regular expressions, I will type in left curly bracket 2, comma, right curly bracket surrounded by @ signs. So put it all together, and this extraction pattern will find at least 2 contiguous alphabetic characters and extract it and remove all other OCR data. Refresh the OCR results and see that we now have extracted Smith for the last name and John for the first name. The ability to instantly see the step-by-step impact your extractions have on the raw OCR data will speed up your development efforts significantly. Competing products require either an extensive procedure, logging, or stepping through .NET or Java code in order to see similar results. This is yet one more exceptional feature of Verve Capture that will revolutionize the data capture industry. We hope that this longer video was not too much and that you're still as excited as we are to build no-code extraction stories for your application. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more videos in the data extraction series where we cover address blocks and repeating data. Thank you for your interest in Verve Capture. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified when more videos become available.